All right, that was our fruit cocktail and our heavy syrup into our little chafing dish. All right, in addition to our fruit cocktail, I'm gonna come in with my chopped pecans for this absolutely amazing little summertime treat. I love using pecans for this recipe, so I'm gonna make sure those are nice and spread in our fruit cocktail. In addition, I have our sweetened coconut, which I just grabbed from my local grocery store. If you don't want the coconut, you can totally omit the coconut. I know some people either really love coconut or hate coconut. I am a big fan of coconut, especially in Almond Joys. I think they are so delicious. It's definitely an acquired taste though. Now that we have everything in our chafing dish, I'm just gonna go ahead and give this a nice big stir before we move on to our next step. We wanna make sure that that coconut is literally soaking up all of that extra juice. Look at all of our nuts. Ooh, that's looking pretty darn good though. Perfect. All right, we're gonna move this off to the side. I'm bringing in my very large mixing bowl. And in our very large mixing bowl, I'm gonna be coming in with our old-fashioned Quaker oats, little rolled oats. I'm gonna go in with about 3 to 4 cups to start. Because remember, this is a really large dish, so don't be shy with your oats. We'll start off with that much into our little mixing bowl. In addition, I'm also gonna be coming in with our dark brown sugar. I love using our dark brown sugar. Don't be shy, we want this to be nice and sweet. Whoopsies. And I'm going in with maybe about 2 cups of our brown sugar into our mixing bowl. Next, we're gonna be coming in with just a touch of our little flour. I'm gonna go in with about a 1/2 cup of our flour right on top of our brown sugar and our oats. Perfect. To tie in with some of our warm flavors, I'm also gonna go in with some ground cinnamon. I love putting some cinnamon with my oats. If you've never tried like overnight oats or granola, this is your sign. So we're gonna go with a ton of that ground cinnamon. In addition to our cinnamon, I also love doing a little bit of our nutmeg. And a little goes along way with your nutmeg because it is a stronger seasoning. So not as much nutmeg. And then of course, I'm gonna come in with our little cookie scoop, and I have just our really cold butter. And what I'm gonna do is take small scoops of that cold butter and start popping it right into our little oats, our brown sugar, our flour, our cinnamon, our nutmeg. And the key is to do small scoops, and your butter must be super, super cold. So we'll go ahead and put all of our butter in there before we move on to our next step. All right, now that we have our butter in there, I'm just gonna slowly start to fold our oats, our butter, our sugar, and our flour with our cinnamon and our nutmeg into our large mixing bowl. All right, this is definitely the consistency that we are looking for our little topping here. So we're gonna move that to the side. We're bringing back in our delicious little fruit cocktail coconut pecan mix. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our little oatmeal topping and we're just gonna grab little bits of that. I probably could even just use my hands. Actually, we might even just switch over to using our hands. This might be a better little. And we're just gonna start to crumble that right on top of our fruit cocktail, our pecans, and of course our coconut. This butter, cinnamon, nutmeg is smelling so tasty, and we haven't even baked it yet, but we're just going right on over. And I'm just kind of sporadically placing that topping, but you could kind of be more deliberate with it if you'd like. But I kind of liked some of that fruit cocktail mix to kind of poke through. But I used a ton of butter, a ton of that brown sugar, all of this deliciousness. Like I said, this is gonna be a great little summertime treat. Your friends and family are absolutely going to love this. Perfect for a hot summer day when you want something sweet and salty and savory, or even like a picnic barbecue situation. I think that's looking pretty good. Just a little touch more on the edges. I'm just kind of making sure that it's pat down just like so. All right, this is now ready. We always wanna make sure we support our bottom, so I wanna make sure we grab, she's heavy. We're ready to go into the oven for about 40 minutes at 350. Oh my goodness, our fruit cocktail cobbler is out of the oven. She is nice and golden brown and nice and crunchy, which is exactly what we want. I did let her cool down. You can even see some of the pecans, the cherries, the pears. And remember, we have that coconut and all of our toasted oatmeal. All right, moment of truth. We're gonna go right in. And that crust is nice and crunchy, which is perfect. Oh, look at how decadent and delicious. I love that our crust is everything. You can see some of that coconut. Oh my goodness, yum. I have my plate ready. Oh my goodness, you cannot tell me that doesn't look absolutely amazing. And of course, we just need our little scoop of ice cream. Boop. Oh, it's still piping hot too. Oh. I'm so excited. I think I'm just gonna go for some of the granola right off the bat. Oh, that granola is everything. All right. That granola is really tasty. Make sure we get some of the ice cream too. My mouth is watering. All right. Wow, that is really, really tasty. You definitely have to give this a try.